Aloha, fitness friends. I'm Leanne Watanabe, and welcome to the Level Up lifestyle, where we transform from the inside out using mindset, macros based nutrition, and movement, all coming from a place of self love and not load. Today, I want to talk about a question I am often asked from clients. And this question is, how often should I weigh myself? Now, it's so funny to me and amazing that I can talk about this now, because if you asked previous Leanne, younger Leanne, 5, 6, 7 years ago, Leanne, I was deathly afraid of the scale. I would never weigh myself. I hated that metal piece of machine. I would only find out my weight if I went to the doctor's office. And if I knew I was going to know my weight, I would make sure I would kill myself with cardio, running 6+, 8+ miles before going to the doctor, using the bathroom before getting there, not eating or drinking anything, wearing the lightest clothes possible. I was just in this out of sight, out of mind scarcity mindset. I figured it was always a number that was going to let me down, and I prefer not to live and die by that number. So for me, ignorance was bliss. When I joined TWW, the Wonder Woman official, and I had found out that one of the stipulations was to weigh myself and take my measurements every day. Every day, I shit you not, I had a blood draining experience. I was like, I can't do that. This is ridiculous. I was reading the manual when I was accepted to work with one of the coaches, and I thought, this must be a typo. How can they expect me to weigh and measure myself every day? Are they crazy? And but I knew I really wanted to join the program. And so I figured out in my own mind that at that time I could talk to my coach and talk myself out of it and tell my coach all my feelings about it being very overwhelming, and that she would give me a pass because this number freaks me out, and who's going to force me and punish me to do this to myself every day. And so when I got on my first call with this gal, my coach, I said, well, I can't do that. I can't weigh myself and measure myself every day. She really started to ask me some very thought-provoking and insightful questions that I had never sat with myself previous to that. And what it made me realize, right, was number one, if I wanted to change my old behaviors and I was in search of results that had been elusive to me this entire time, despite me spinning my wheels with food and fitness, I needed to do things a different way, which is why I was enrolling in a different program and hiring a coach to help me get out of my own way. So that was the starting point for me. When she did not just give me what I wanted right out the gate, which is what I think sometimes we expect as clients, especially if we're paying for a service, that that person across from us will just do what I say, and they will cater to our whims and our needs because we're paying. But really, what you're paying for is to learn a different way. And you have to be open to doing things a different way. So when she asked me these questions that made me really think, I said, yes, okay, this is what I need to do. And I kind of swallowed my ego and I took all that fear within and I said, just do it. You're not going to be live and die by this number, Leanne. And I thought, okay, I know all the mindset things as a longtime personal trainer, a coach. In college, I wanted to become a psychologist. I minored in psychology. And I was like, knew about if I could just get used to this number, weighing myself every day, like TWW was asking of me, it would be like exposure therapy, right? That over time, my belief or my thought was, if I keep doing this scary, uncomfortable thing every day, and I was consistent, because I knew I could be consistent, I would no longer be ruled, or my mood would be ruled by this 3-digit number on this metal machine. And so I took the leap of faith and I started. And I was with TWW for about 2.5 years, and I never missed a weigh-in, and I weighed every day and I did measurements every day without fail. I did not try to work the system. I did not try to, do my old Leanne behaviors like running before I weighed in or did extra cardio. I stuck to my guns. I stayed within my integrity, and I did the thing that I was supposed to do. And for me, that was huge, because what it taught me, those 2.5 years of weighing and measuring myself every day, was that that number is very variable. And this is what I preach to my clients. So when my clients ask me how often I should weigh, I always ask them and tell them that, well, that depends, right? If our goal is to lose weight, have less weight regain over time, aid in fat loss, then weighing regularly is an instrumental part of your process. But what does weighing regularly mean? For me personally, when I coach my clients, if they prefer to weigh daily, I leave that up to them. But the bare minimum I ask for my personal clients is to weigh in with metrics, photos, and weight at least weekly. And today was a great Mindset Monday by Coach KaseyJo, who is a mindset-based health coach. She had talked about this, and her takeaway was, she had said, in a study of about 17, in a review of 17 studies, researchers discovered these two things. Number one, that more frequent self-weighing was associated with greater weight loss, less weight regain, and better weight gain prevention. And then number two, that increased self-weighing was associated with an increase in dietary restraint and body satisfaction, a decrease in depressive symptoms, as well as weight or body shape concerns. So 2 parts here. In the studies that Coach KaseyJo talks about, she says for number one, regular self-weighing, whether that again be daily or weekly, that help people to keep their weight off that they've lost, prevent weight regain or that yo-yo rebound, and also provided them with better tools in terms of sticking with their food choices. They had an improved self-confidence and body appreciation with regular weighing. And there was a less chance of these psychological negative impacts that people sometimes think they will have by regular weighing. Again, at the end of the day, you have to really, your body and your mind best. So if you were like me, old Leanne, and very fearful of weighing every day because this number just made you depressed, I urge you to start by weighing in weekly and look at the trend, right? So if you're weighing in on Saturday morning, first thing, keep it consistent. Weigh in every Saturday morning, first thing, when you wake up, before you eat and drink, after you're going to the bathroom, with no clothes on or with the same outfit, and keep it consistent. If you're looking for change and you're all in, I would suggest starting with weighing daily so that you can start educating yourself to see how your unique body shifts and changes every day. What I know about the scale is this. There's days where I could be perfect on plan and the scale would go up. There would be days where I'm 80% on plan, not so perfect, a little wishy-washy, and the scale goes down. A lot of the times the scale is steady. Up 1, down 3, up 1, down 1, up 1, holding steady. And what that taught me is, wow, for me personally, my weight is really impacted by dairy, which is my current coaches, Team Dynasty, Coach Stephanie and Coach Carrie, are helping me figure out that for me, I'm very sensitive to dairy, and that causes a lot of bloat for me. Second big dial mover that I've learned from weighing regularly is that sleep. Especially as I'm heading now into menopause, my sleep pattern has been off. And when I am averaging very lower sleep, like 5-6 hours, which I notice some of you are like, yeah, that's not low. But gang, for me, I need like 8+ hours sleep. When I average 5 or 6 consistent, I hold a lot of inflammation in my body. The scale bumps up 3, 4 pounds. If I have a hard exercise session where it's legs and it's like 90 minutes and then I have cardio, guarantee the weight usually bumps up the next day. Again, from inflammation, stress, all this stuff. So if you are looking to figure out how often you should weigh, my first piece of advice is to start weighing yourself regularly. Write it down on your phone, on your notes, do a little Excel spreadsheet. Especially if your goal is fat loss. If you find that it is really messing with you, then I would urge you to reach out to support. Either seek out a therapist that can help you work through those issues, find a coach that resonates with you that can help you, like my coach did with me, to understand and realize that really your worth is not based upon your weight. That your weight is just a very variable number that has nothing to do with the kind of person you are, the kind of friend, spouse, sister, relative you are, the type of employee you are. It has nothing to do with your morals or your values. So stop beating yourself up about that number on the scale. And if you need help getting to that next nudge, that little level, reach out to me. I would love to help you battle this and overcome this little obstacle that may be getting in your way, because what I know is if I could do it, you can too. So I hope you found this helpful. Stay tuned for next week. I'm going to have a great guest speaker. Her name is Franca. She's had an amazing transformation. You're going to stunning. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you're going to start following her on Instagram and see the amazing work that she's done, not only on the outside that we can see, but more so on the inside. And also the amazing nuggets that she can share with us about being in maintenance, because right now she's in maintenance. So we're going to talk with her. Stay tuned for that recording next week. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. If you like the Level Up with Lifestyle podcast, please leave us a review, a comment, share. I also want to give you a reminder. I have my free Macros Made Easy virtual masterclass happening on February 23rd at 12 noon Hawaii Standard Time. It's called No Food is Good or Bad. And I'm going to teach people who may be interested or a little bit of macro curious why, as a coach, I go so hard for macro-based nutrition, why I believe it's a gold standard in terms of nutrition protocol if you're trying to lose fat, body recomp, build muscle. And going to just give you some free takeaways so how you can start dabbling in macro tracking if that's something you're curious. So again, save the date, February 23rd, 12 noon Hawaii time. If you can't make it, Hawaii time. Register anyway, because everybody's email who's registered, I'm going to send out the recording. So you're going to get the recording even if you can't make the live. If you'd like to see anything covered on another episode of Level Up with Leanne, please shoot me a message. I'm at Leanne Watanabe on Instagram and on Facebook. And you have a great week. Aloha from Honolulu, gang. Bye.